So I nominated Natalie Hanson for a Fine Arts Student of the Year. First of all, she is the Fine Arts Student Female of the Year. She's super active in theater and choir, and really Natalie is just one of the kindest people you'll ever meet. She's very humble. She works with other students well, and she's extremely talented. And sometimes it's hard to find humble and extremely talented in the same sentence, but Natalie embodies that. And she's done a variety of things. She's played everything from Pinocchio and Shrek to Ariel in The Little Mermaid to now Ariel in Footloose. She's been in every show that she can possibly be in, and when she hasn't been in a show, she's worked backstage on a show. So she's just one of those people who is very creative and always very giving of her time, and always very kind to others, and make sure that the incoming people feel like they belong. And I just really am excited to see where she goes from here. I nominated Max for the 15 Saints Who Made a Difference because he was extremely active in my theater program. He was also very active in choir, madrigals, show choir, and he said our Pledge of Allegiance every week for our school. A lot of people don't know that that was Max's voice, but every Monday morning Max went up to the office and said the Pledge of Allegiance and led the school in that. Max is one of those students who's just, he's extremely talented. He has a lot of energy. He's a good guy, and he works really hard at his craft. And I know that he's going on to try and receive his Bachelor of Fine Arts from Viterbo University. He auditioned and got into that program. So again, it's exciting to see somebody who's so committed to what they do here and to carry it on into college.
Alex is a leader in the school and does a really nice job in the classroom and within the activities that she's involved in.
What is she involved in?
Athletically, Alex has been a 4-year tennis player, a 6-year, 5-year varsity golfer. And I know she's involved in National Honor Society and maybe Youth Teaching Youth, among others.
What has she done above and beyond for other people to make her recognized?
Again, anytime a student is able to balance a high GPA of 3.9 something and also excel outside the classroom, I think that takes a lot of focus and determination.
I nominated Madi because I've had the opportunity to work with her the last 4 years in both cross country and track. Also had her in class, and I'm just really impressed with her overall dedication into all aspects of being a student athlete, just how well she communicates, and probably most importantly, no matter what the result is in her own performance, she's always an outstanding teammate. She always gets past her own emotion and just celebrates the success of others. And I really appreciate that in Madi over the years, and it's been a pleasure working with her. I think, as I just mentioned, that she is an outstanding teammate and peer, that even when she maybe is upset or disappointed or hurting, she'll often look past that and just make sure to bring out the best in everybody else. And as a coach and a teacher, that's really appreciated and really unique. So.
I nominated April and Zach because they're both fantastic members of our music department and our band program. Zach is a leader in our wind ensemble, our highest level group. He represented St. Francis High School at the all-conference band. He sat in the first chair in that group and did a fantastic job and earned the respect of Dr. Bushman, who was the conductor of that group. April has been involved in tons of activities. She's in jazz band and flag line and started up with winter drumline this past couple of years, and another leader in our classroom.
What have they done to go above and beyond for other people to make them recognized?
Yeah, Zach's just a really strong leader in our classroom. He's not afraid to speak up if things aren't going really well and help bring the group back on track. April is just an outstanding student when it comes to just seeing things that need to be done. There are sometimes rehearsals or pep band events late at night, and I'll have to actually kick her out of the band room because she's picking up and cleaning up for everybody. So in their own unique ways, both of them have really contributed a lot.
I nominated Sam because he was an effective speech captain. If you had seen him as a freshman, he was quiet, unassuming, and he really grew in terms of his finding his voice and his leadership as the years went on. And his work with the speech team was invaluable. He went on to inspire lots of younger speakers and always cared about what they were doing in addition to taking his own speeches seriously. I think this was demonstrated in his graduation speech in the way that he was able to express how he had come across in his journey, how he had come along, and his hope and inspiration that others might do the same. His genuineness, he genuinely cares about people, he hopes for the best for people, he listens incredibly well, and it's so rare to find somebody of his age that is willing to go outside of himself and just care about what others are accomplishing and what they can accomplish and inspire them towards it. He's an amazing young man.
Megan Houle, I think, is really one of the super seniors at this school. She's a high achiever academically. She's captain of the debate team. She's on our site management council, so she's involved not only with her classroom things, but she's also willing to lead others, not only on the team structure, but also to lead and be a student voice on the site management council. Well, Megan is a debate captain, and without her leadership this year, I don't think our team would have been as successful as it was. She was always at practice. She was always pushing the kids to do their best, but she was always doing it in a supportive way. And I think you see that in her other activities too. For example, in Site Management Council, she's not afraid to ask questions and expect answers from our administrators and our staff. Well, I think the key to Megan is her personality. That she's able to talk to people and to really let them come to the understanding that they can be better than they are. And I think that really is the key, is that her ability to communicate with others and encourage them to succeed at a level that they're not aware of themselves.
I nominated Bryce because I had the pleasure of teaching him as a student in my language arts class, and I also had the pleasure of coaching him in the weightlifting class this winter. And in both circumstances, he showed a lot of leadership skills. He maintained a positive attitude. He always strived through adversity, whether it was with weightlifting or it was a project in class or whatever it happened to be. Bryce played football. Again, he was in the winter weightlifting class, and then in the spring he threw for track and field.
What makes him stand out above other students to be recognized?
I think the biggest thing that stands out with Bryce is just his friendly personality. He works well with any student, any personality. He fits in with all different kinds of groups. He's really outgoing, and again, he just always maintains that positive attitude despite whatever adversity he's facing.
I nominated Dakota for this because since day one, she's been a super hard worker and is a student that I just admire. I admire her work ethic and the way that she treats her peers. She's pretty much always staying out of drama, and she's a kid that's always the first one to help. She's here staying late to help, and is usually somebody who asks if she can help and doesn't have to be asked to help.
What is she involved in?
Dakota has been involved in madrigals, concert choir, show choir for the last 3 years. She's taken voice lessons with Miss Larson for 3 years. I think that's it. I think Dakota has just really exemplified her work ethic with a great attitude. She always brings a positive attitude to class. She's never off task. I don't think in one day, one rehearsal ever, I've seen her off task. She's always leading by example and showing her peers what the right thing to do is in her actions and not just in her words, which I really admire.
Ethan was a 4.0 student. He was academic, all-state. He was National Honor Society. He really was a great example of what I think the student athlete should be, and really a good role model for young kids playing any sport, I think, in St. Francis.
What is he involved in?
He was vice president of HOSA. He was in BPA and DECA, I believe. He was in National Honor Society. Was captain of the basketball team and was also on the football team this year. Ethan was a great senior leader, and I think really did a great job for us all season on a team that was able to defend the section title. He also worked a lot of youth basketball camps and has done things like that to give back to St. Francis.
Okay, well, I nominated Haley Stokel because she's just a really outstanding student. She does a really great job in the classroom, and she also goes above and beyond to help other people in the classroom and outside of the classroom.
What are they involved in?
Haley is involved in, I believe it's youth teaching youth, and she also does a lot of activities at her church. She has shared with me that she teaches Sunday school and does a lot of other activities. I believe she's also involved in organizations at school. Pretty sure NHS. Well, I think just her service to youth, she's very excited and willing to help other people all the time, and she works really well with young children. As I said, the activities that she does with the organizations that she's involved in, I think sets her above and beyond a lot of other high school students.
In large part because of their work with our youth program and our football youth teams. Both kids are looked up to as leaders and as role models for 300 some odd youth football players. And they did a great job serving as like big brothers and role models for those kids. Like I said, for the most part it's all based around athletics. But the work that they've done volunteering at youth camps and coaching and helping coach little kids teams, that's primarily the reason I'm nominated. What they've done is really special. What they've done is really special on the field and on the court, and not many kids have done that. Not many kids from St. Francis. We're a bigger school, but we're still a relatively small community, and we haven't had that kind of prominence and skill level before. So, in part, they've done what they are trained to do and what they wanted to do. They just kind of bent them. But that's one of the big reasons.
Bailey was nominated by Mr. Fink probably because of her dedication, her attention to detail, her strive for success, her passion for improvement, and just her overall attitude in terms of excelling as a student and an athlete.
What is Bailey involved in?
Bailey's been involved with our dance team, and she's also been part of the track and field team. I think anybody with the dance team, they put in a ridiculous amount of time behind the scenes over the years, getting ready for some other routines. So I know there's that aspect. I think for me personally, she is one that she tries to bring out the best in others. She wants to lead by example. She expects to win, and she's going to work towards it. Whether she's 100% healthy or whether she's hurt like this year, she'd always work hard, she'd be there every day, and she was a great leader by example.